Hi, it's Sean, and I am here trying to go live. And I'm having a couple problems because I want to share my screen. But um, that's going to be hard to do. I can't get my screen shared. Oh, and now I'm getting feedback where I can hear myself, and that. God, that's not what I want. You can hear us. Yay! So I started off with a cricket, and I moved to the StarCraft Solo. And I was gonna show you how I design in it, but my problem I'm having is that I cannot get my screen share software to work. The other problem I'm having is now I'm hearing everything I say in my headphone, so it's like an echo. So this is a hot mess right now. So drop your questions and I can see if I can at least try to answer those. Um, Usually what I do is people's questions turn into my next video. So I really want to know what your questions are. I'm glad you can hear me. I wish I couldn't hear myself. How long have I had my solo? I got mine in October 2021. I got it before it was actually available for sale. There were a few influencers that got it early to kind of try to test it out. I was one of them. And that was all through my craft source. If you shop at my craft source, make sure that you use coupon code ShawnMosh at checkout because you're gonna save 5% every single time you shop there. I am gonna try once again to get my software for, sharing my screen to show up. So I spent some time yesterday trying to find some video sharing software because I've never done this before. I've done, like, screen sharing for my, videos, but I've never done it live. And will this video stay up for to watch later? Yeah. If you wanna watch this again later, absolutely. Um, I am trying to connect to my live streaming thing again, so, stand by. Because right now you can see my camera view. What I wanna do is for you to see my screen view. And if there's anybody here that's like, "Oh, I know how to do that," please let me know. Because I can totally do that when I'm teaching a class, because I usually start off just screen sharing, but right now I started off with go live, and now I can't figure out how to switch it. I just figured out why I'm hearing my echo, because I have that screen open. Okay, one problem fixed. Yay. You guys, I'm totally sorry that this is um, such a problem. So, what I want you to do is drop your questions because then I can go back and start up making videos off of your questions because I really, really, really wanted to be able to um, answer your questions. So, when I started with Cricket, I started off really wanting to be able to answer everyone's questions. And I got really good at that. So then I was like, okay, I could do the same thing with StarCraft Solo. Hold on, my technical support might have an answer for me. What? Where? Do you have any other cutting machines? No, I don't. I have a Cricut and my Solo. Jeff, if my husband's trying to help me and he doesn't want to be on screen. Um, so Jeff, if you know where there's a share screen, please tell me. Barbara said, I went from Cricut to Silhouette and then got a Solo. I find the software for Solo confusing. You know what, Barbara? I went from Cricut to Solo and I also found it a little confusing. People who have used Inkscape or a software called Surecuts or Surecuts a lot have had an easier transition into Solo. And I finally have some time to like sit down and learn it. And that's what I was going to share with you today. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to all your questions here, and then we're going to try this again after I have thoroughly tested this whole streaming thing. I thought I had it figured out, but obviously I didn't because what I wanted you to see was my screen for Solo and not me so that I could be showing you things. Um, April says, I'd like to see more videos showing a project from start to finish. I tend to learn more watching functions you are using to create the project. Okay, so April, what kind of projects? You can tell behind me, I have Disney stuff. So I love Disney. 90% of the ideas I come up with are either Disney or hockey related because that's what I'm into. I do a lot of birthday cards because I have lots of nieces and nephews that I make custom birthday cards for. So, if you have a project that you want to learn how to do, let me know. I did a similar thing when I was doing cricket stuff. For example, um, those knockout style shirts that people do for Mother's Day where it says grandma and then it's got the kids' names knocked out. So when people are like, oh, how do you do that? Okay, that's using offset and then slice. But I did a tutorial specifically for that. So, so you want to know how to do knockouts and using contours in Solo. Okay. So since this whole live demo thing just ain't working, I am going to one figure out this live streaming software. Maybe it's the software I have is not a good pick. Um, you don't understand paths and nodes. Okay. Um, okay, I'm kind of happy around on the chat. Marjorie, thank you for saying that my videos are great and I've helped you. The software is different and confusing if you're coming from Cricut. This is because Cricut is not a true design software. It's very watered down, and I compare it to like the Easy Bake Oven version of design software. They try to dummy proof it. Um, Paths and nodes, April, I wanted to touch on that. So, Whenever you're drawing something or creating something, think of every spot where you're stopping as a node. So, for example, if I'm drawing with a pen and drawing this circle, every place I stop or change direction would be a node point. So for typical circle, you have four nodes because you have top and bottom and your two sides. And those are what's telling it how to curve. To adjust those nodes, you can click on them. And for a circle, you would be able to click on the side nodes and bring them in and make it an oval. So your node points are kind of your pivot points if you were drawing. Some of that kind of makes more sense to me naturally because I have an interior design and drafting background. So I don't know if that's kind of where it comes from, but I could maybe spend some more time just doing stuff on notes. Um, Kelly says she's still confused on how to feed the vinyl into the solo and where to place it. Okay, so for me, that was hard at first too. It's kind of the opposite of cricket. Cricket, your cuts always start at your top left. Solo usually starts at your bottom right. There is a way to change your start point or your orientation in the software, but by default, it starts lower right. I do have a video in my playlist that is I cut a whole bunch, I think it was last year, a whole bunch of jack-o'-lantern faces out of removable vinyl so that kids at school could make their own faces and, mix and match pieces. But I fed it and did a matless cut. So if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube, I want all of you to go do that now. If you're on Facebook, you're gonna go find my um, StarCraft creates no solo school with Sean Mosh Facebook group. Okay, you are gonna feed me the questions of what you want to do. Um, oh, okay. Is there a link for purchasing extra cutting blades? You know what, blades? You can use the same blades you use for your cricket. I have some blades in my Amazon shop. Um, Let me find the link for that real quick. One moment, please. But what I want from all of you is what you want to learn to do. So, going back to how I did things with cricket, people would say, "Oh, Sean, I saw your project on how to make a card. How did you do that?" Okay, well, then I can make a tutorial. Um, I want to learn how to use contour. There isn't really a contour in solo. What I do is there's a break apart, but if you start feeding me these questions, then I know where to go. Otherwise, I'm just doing what I want to do, and that might not be what you want to do. Does that make sense? God, I hope so. Okay, I'm dropping some things in the comments in the chat. So this is my Amazon store. If you go there, I have a section or a list called cutting machines and supplies. Under there, there are blades and mats. Yes, you can use non solo mats. I mean, I came from cricket, so I had a bunch of cricket mats. So I just used them. Um, oh yeah, that's the other thing I was going to do. I was going to find my feeding. So I'm going to go real quick and go over to my playlist. I have a whole solo playlist, and I'm going to drop that in the chat also. I literally started from unboxing it, um, and looking at the different parts of the machine, how to activate it. Um, Not gonna lie, I was kind of excited about the whole LED light that changes colors. That was kind of fun for me. Then life got busy and I didn't have as much time um, to make videos. So I had to kind of step away from it. But now I'm back and I really have the time to invest into it. I saw somebody asked for my solo group. Let me grab those links. One moment, please. Okay, so this isn't turning out to be as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be showing you actual live demoing, but we're having a good conversation. And I promise, after my husband is done going for his run, I'm going to have him be my technical support and help me find a better streaming software. So next time we can be doing live demos of all of the stuff that you're asking. Um, if you're in my Facebook group, there's a wonderful lady named Sandy, and she actually sells a bunch of the tools and stuff. So we can contact her. If you want an extender for your solo, this is a great company. Another thing coming in the chat. Okay, why is that my chat not working now? People, usually I don't have this many problems with stuff, okay? Like, okay, there we go. It was because I had too much info in there. Okay. Okay. So there's a company where this person made kind of these extender tables to go with the solo. And if you're doing a lot of matless cutting, um, you might want to look into that. Dropping that link too. Okay. I'm going to scroll back up and see what other questions I might have missed. But keep dropping your questions. Okay. And if you like the idea of this Q&A and live demo, I'm thinking maybe every Saturday morning for the next couple weeks, I will do this. And I promise tomorrow I'm going to spend some time really figuring out this live streaming software so you can see me actually designing. So, how to do knockout cuts? I can do that. How to using contour? April, I really want you to drop more stuff. When you say etc., that's kind of vague. I need specifics of what you want to learn. I can totally do a video on knockouts and Solo's version of contour. And actually, now that I think about it, I might have a couple videos. Let's go back to my YouTube. And I have some videos that are comparing a Cricut function to a solo function. For example, I have one. Oh God, no. No, I can't find it. Can you weld in StarCraft Solo? So I show how to do weld in Cricut, and then I show the StarCraft Solo version. Um, Slice is another one I did, but yeah, I guess I could do contour. Okay, I'll add that to my. Yeah, I'll do something more specifically on pass and nodes. Um, Callie, I want you to watch my video on matless cutting for how to feed it. Extra blades, I talked about that's in my store. Okay. What is your Facebook group? Did I drop that link? Yep, I did. It's down a couple legs. How do you design and how do you cut a design in half so that's smaller to fit into the vinyl? When I tried, half my design disappeared. Oh, so I'm guessing you're trying to do similar to slice. So like a larger than that project. Um, Callie, let me know if I'm on the right path. So in Cricut, when you slice, it leaves the original there. In the Solo, it removes that. So, yeah, that would be a good project for me to figure out the steps of larger than that, how to cut something in half so that's smaller to fit onto the pieces of vinyl without it disappearing. Okay. Kelly, you're really feeding me some good stuff. Keep it up. April says it took me a while to understand that you don't flatten like in Cricut. Yes. So I have a video that is, I did an animated dinosaur card, which is a print then cut project. I did the video twice because I did it once in Cricut and once for Solo. And yeah, you don't flatten. You just literally from the layers panel go tell it, make this a print then cut. And for those of you that need a quick link, that is the one. Just drop the link for my dinosaur animated card that I did in the StarCraft Solo. Okay. Um, you don't understand tracing. Okay, April. Tracing is kind of like when we do upload in Cricut Design Space and we remove the background so that we focus in and tell it, this is the image we want it to cut. So tracing, you can do it a couple different ways. Um, you can either say, look at the whole image, or you can tell it to look at the individual colors. And then it breaks that design into colors and layers for you. It's it takes some time, I'm not gonna lie, to get good at it. Um, Callie would like to see videos, the path options. Okay, I hear what you're saying. I can work on that. Um, Barbara, you said yes to something, and I don't know what it was. Sorry. Um, April, I don't understand why some files come in with an invisible outline when they have a transparent background. That could be the way the file was set up. It really depends. So files are like it's like cooking. You could have the same person make Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies, or if you have 5 different people make them, they might taste different because one uses margarine and one uses butter and one let the butter sit out to soften and one microwaved it to soften it. So even though everybody's using the same recipe, SVG file format, the way they created it might be different. So it could be that could be why April, some files come in one way and some come in another. These are all really amazing questions. Keep them coming. Um, Marjorie likes the idea of a Saturday morning. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to put a pin in that and do a Saturday morning thing. And like I said, I will I thought I had the streaming software figured out, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. I'll be able to share my screen." And when I clicked go, it just didn't work, and I feel really bad that that didn't work, but, yeah, there's not much else I can do about that. Um, okay, any other questions on what you wanna learn? I have been playing with some things on my own, and I've got some things on my website that the thing I really, really, really love about the Solo software or Create software is that I can export things as an SVG file. So I have been in a lot of Cricut crafting summits in the last year. And one of the things I do is I provide a free SVG file as a part of that project that I do. Well, I design all of those things in Create and then export them as an SVG so that I can give them to people as a freebie. Does Solo need a special blade to cut full leather? I would use a deeper blade. So, just like you would do with Cricut, there is your regular blade and then there's a deep cut blade. It's just a different angle. Um, if you go to my Amazon shop, the blades I have in there, there's a blade bundle pack that's got like 30 some blades in it. It's got some regular ones, it's got some deep cut blades. So, Callie, anything you create in the Create software, you can export as an SVG file. So, if you put a heart in there and slice somebody's name out of the center of it, you can export that and save it as an SVG file, which is a game changer for people who are coming from Cricut because we can't export anything from Cricut. And that's unfortunate because as crafters, we like to share things. Like, look what I made. So one thing I started with was things that were kind of basic shapes. I did some cards. I did some pop-up cards because it was just combining lines. So now I'm getting into being a little bit more creative, and I was going to show off some of that stuff. I mean, look, I had a list of things that I was going to show you. But now instead, what I'm going to do is take your ideas and your list of to dos, and I'm going to start pumping out some videos. And I want you to subscribe and follow me if you're on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. You can find me at all of those places. YouTube, obviously, we're on YouTube right now. But I would love for you to follow me everywhere you can because then you're going to see my information about SVG files I create that I maybe have for free. Or if you're coming from Cricut and going to Solo, you're going to see my videos when I say, you know, hey, here's how we did something in Cricut. Now here's how you would do it in Solo. I think that helps people make the connection. Um, you're also going to just see all my random projects. And even if you are moving away from Cricut, if I'm in a Cricut related event, there's probably going to be about 30 to 40 other presenters there, and we're all giving away something for free. Usually there's at least an SVG file from each of us. So it's a great way to join some of those events and grow your catalog of SVG files. So, what other questions do you have? Because since I can't, oh no, my voice is choppy. Oh no. Okay, I am just getting over being sick. So some of that could just be my natural voice. Um, so sorry about that. Sorry, I keep thinking I hear my husband, so I keep looking. Um, but if you miss this live and you're coming here afterwards, continue to drop your questions because I will come back to this or reach out to me on social media. I dropped my link tree um, link there. If you go on my link tree, you can find every single place to find me. Like it's linked to all of my social media, my email address. Oh no, you can't hear me. Why not? Oh, I hear the choppiness. Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you can hear me or not, but since my sound went out, um, oh, you can hear me? Okay. Um, can a create file be exported? Yes, absolutely, Victoria. Anything, um, anything you create in Create can be exported as an SVG file. I'll do a video on that. Okay. Um, anyway, what I was saying was in here, I do have in the chat my link tree link. Go there and you will find every single social media I am on, a link to my Amazon store. And then whenever I am doing something fun and new, like I'm going to be in a holiday cricket craft fest event um, next month, first week of October, there's a link to register for that. And like I was saying, even if we're using our solo, you could go to that Cricut Craft Fest and get some free SVG files. So, might as well go. Um, Also, another thing I want to let you know about is on my link tree, there is a link to my StarCraft Solo school, which is my Facebook group. So join that. There's also a link to try Creative Fabrica for a month free. They are a great resource for SVG files. I also have a list on my website of all the places I go to get free SVG files. So go there. Then, if you are looking for the best price on vinyl for all of your crafting, I have again my link tree, a button that takes you to my article where I break down prices on a couple different brands of vinyl and show you how you get the most bang for your buck. One of the ways I tell you about is to shop at mycraftsource.com and use coupon code Sean Mosh every time you shop. So that's going to save you money. So I've been talking for about half an hour now. Um, and I really appreciate that all of you joined me, even though this didn't work like we thought it was going to. So your takeaways are follow Sean on social media, go watch her playlist, send her anything that you want to learn. I'm going to go back through the chat and write down everything and start working on videos right away. And my takeaway is I'm going to figure out a better live streaming service so that I can do live demos like this. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to shut this down now and go start making some videos for you. Thanks.